As a Democrat from Tennessee and the 11th President of these United States, I long to see this nation prosper. When elected, I set several specific goals. I knew the accomplishment of each would lead to the betterment of our nation. Even since my younger days, I've been a man of my word. Now, in my older years of wisdom, I understand the importance of keeping promises, especially those I make to the citizens of these United States. These goals included the re-establishment of the independent Treasury system, as well as a reduction of the tariff, which Secretary of the Treasury, Robert J. Walker, successfully did, lowering the tariff from 32% to 25%. Two of my most important goals were to acquire as much of Oregon County as possible, and to also acquire California from Mexico. While the first did not seem as important to my fellow Democrats after we just acquired Texas, it was accomplished through an agreement with Britain to separate our claims at the 49th parallel, and I thank the European nation for its cooperation. When reflecting on the efforts it took to acquire California, however, I shudder in remembrance of asking Mexico to fight in a war they had no chance of winning. But I thank troop leaders such as Zachary Taylor for their vital roles in making our victory possible. After all, we did what was necessary to stand by my firm beliefs in manifest destiny, the concept that we, the United States, are destined by God Himself to expand across this continent, acquiring as much land as possible. My fellow Democrats and I advocated manifest destiny throughout our campaign, and this, when combined with support from my respected friend and former President Andrew Jackson, greatly contributed to our victory in the last election. I am quite proud of the nation for accomplishing the goals I've discussed. For example, lowering the tariff, despite Northern suspicion, led to prosperous economic times. Our nation walked away with the better half of the Oregon deal, and the land we have gained from Mexico after the war has almost doubled the size of our nation. My first and final term will soon come to an end, and while I look forward to seeing our nation continue to prosper, I hope our newly acquired land does not lead the discussion of slavery into even deeper waters. If it does, however, I shall stand by the beliefs of my fellow Southerners and hope to see our victory.